Good afternoon, everyone. Thanks for coming. We all know why we're here, and without further ado, I'll introduce Brian Gionta.
Well, thank you for coming. I actually feel kind of funny that we're doing something like this. I was talking with some of the guys before, and I don't really feel like my career warrants a formal announcement, but we are here anyways. So I am announcing my retirement today, and at the same time, looking forward to spending some time with the family, and also taking part, a small part within the organization. And I'm really looking forward to that next stage of my career. I've had been very fortunate to have lasted a long time and made a career of this, and I would have never thought that would have happened. Very fortunate that my parents put that time and effort in early on to invest in me, and appreciate their support. So I'd like to thank them, and obviously all my brothers and my family for the support over my career, and then obviously my wife who's here, and my kids, for allowing me to chase my dream for so long and make it something really special. So without all those people, I wouldn't have been able to do it, and I'm fortunate that I'm walking away from the game into something even better, and that's being a part of my kids growing up and coaching them and being there for them. So I'm really looking forward to that next stage in my life. Obviously, without the help of my agent Steve Bartlett, the New Jersey Devils drafted me, Lou Lamoriello, taking that chance on me early on as a small kid. The game was much different back then, and a lot of people needed to believe in me. And so I appreciate the Devils, Lou Lamoriello, for his belief in me and giving me a chance to break into the league. I've been fortunate enough to play for the Montreal Canadiens, one of the best, most storied franchises in the league, and what an experience it was to be a part of that for many years. And then to kind of cap it off and come back to Western New York, my home area, and be able to play for your childhood team in the Sabres was also a highlight of my career. Finished off, thank Boston for allowing me to, chase it one last time last year and have a good run at it with a good team. So the four organizations I played for throughout my career, I really want to thank them too today. Besides that, I appreciate all of you being here. The guys that I played with, in Buffalo, in Montreal, in Roch last year. So I appreciate the guys, my former teammates, coming out, because that's what means the most. Those friendships that you'll have for a lifetime, those are the special things you take away from the game when you're done with it.
Okay, thank you, Brian. Any questions for Brian?
Brian, what will your role be with this?
Well, it's we've talked at length. Obviously, being a part of development camp and coming to a couple of the rookie games. Both the organization and myself have had great talks and a great understanding that stepping away from the game is a tough transition, and one of my main focuses is being around for my family, being able to go to their events and their sports and be a part of their lives. And so I still wanted to be a part of the game and still wanted to be a part of the organization, and it's at a level that is great for my family, and also I think where I can still feel like I'm helping out a little bit.
Will it be with the kids and that kind of thing?
Yeah, I mean, it will be, like I said, helping out. I don't know if it's part-time or whatnot, but, being available, helping out with the young guys. And like I said, my main focus is transitioning into that family life.
Did you talk to anybody in the off-season about possibly playing this year, or were you relatively set that after Boston?
Yeah, that was the plan all along, is that how last year went, we knew, going in and then coming out of Boston that, I was basically going to be looking at that next phase, and we didn't go actively searching for anything this summer.
What was it like at development camp for you to be on the ice and starting that phase of talking to young guys?
Well, it's weird. Definitely being out there with a lot of young guys. But I had a great taste last year, being able to skate in Rochester with those guys, being around those guys, I had a lot of fun at it. And so that was one of the things is they have a great group down there, and I was fortunate enough to be a part of it for most of last year. And so, being a part of that and being able to talk with those guys and maybe help out at times is what made last year so fun.
How much of a thrill was that for you last year to be able to do that at home with the Amerks and then have that lead into going to the Olympics?
Well, it was, it's that's where I grew up playing, and you grow up going to games at the War Memorial back in the day and playing knee hockey with your hockey buddies in that rink. So to be able to go there, it was a special night. The fans were great. Both organizations, the Amerks and Sabres, were very supportive of me last year and chasing the Olympics and then finishing with Boston. So to have that game was pretty cool. All my family and friends were a part of it. And yeah, is it the NHL? No, but the AHL is a great league, and I was fortunate enough to go there and play. And it was pretty fun playing for your hometown team.
How significant was it to come here 4 years ago and carve out another part of your career?
Well, I mean, for sure. You're from here. We live in Rochester in the summers and Western New York, and you hope to build the correct relationships to maybe further down the road that you can still be a part of the game. And the Sabres have been great in allowing me to feel out this first stage of retirement, but also being a part of things. And so it's been great so far.
Brian, did you consider, this might not have fit in with your family situation, but was there ever any consideration for a role playing with the Amerks this year?
Yeah, no, it's I don't know if the guys in the back know that my body I don't think would hold up to those bus rides, and that's why strategically placed that game last year as a home game and didn't have to ride on the bus. But yeah, I mean, I've had a great career. I love my time in Rochester last year. But yeah, it's I'm at peace and I feel great with the decision I've made.
Brian, a lot of guys spend the whole career chasing a cup and never get there. You had it very early in your career. As you look back now, 15 years later, what was that like getting to reach that moment?
Well, obviously it was a dream come true. And not that you take it for granted, but it happened so early on that you wish you had cherished it a little more for what it was and how special it was. Not that you took it for granted, but it's hard to do. And so now looking back and the chances we've had, conference finals and good teams that you've had that fall short, you realize how special it was to be able to win it. And obviously playing with some Hall of Famers in New Jersey helped pull me along and realize that dream.
Brian, you mentioned it, being an undersized guy and people actually believing you. How validating or satisfying might it be to know that there were so many questions about your size and to produce a 16-year career with all the questions? What does that mean to you?
Well, it's, for me, it's just I went into it hoping that I could play one NHL game, and then from there it was play as long as you could, and as long as you were having fun, enjoying the game, and your body would hold up. I would have never thought it would have lasted as long as it did. But I'm super appreciative for the people along the way that supported me and gave me that chance. They weren't as readily available, the chances for smaller guys back in the day when I was coming through. And so I appreciate the people that maybe stuck their neck out and believed in me.
Does that feel like the guys like you and Marty St. Louis were kind of trailblazers in that respect?
I don't think you can put me in the same category as St. Louis. But, yeah, I mean, as you had guys, you had Fleury, you had guys that had done it before. It just wasn't as commonplace. And for sure, it's you have a lot more guys that they're open to. Guys are drafted a lot higher now despite their size, and they're given those looks. And so hopefully I've been a small part of that, where I kind of get gratification as a young kid coming up who's undersized, a 10, 11-year-old who says, hey, I look up to you. If you can do it, maybe I have a shot. And so that's more of the thing that you get enjoyment out of, is maybe letting that kid chase his dream or believe in himself a little more.
You said you're at peace with the decision. How tough was it
Well, I think it last year afforded me a real unique situation that I was able to know it was kind of coming and also prepare for it, but then still be in a part of it last year. So a lot of the emotion was last summer, at the end of the summer training camp. Not that I was excited about the Olympics. I was excited about the prospect of signing on with the team after. But you got into that daily routine of being around the kids a little more and maybe looking forward to that next stage in your life. And so after Boston, we knew that was the decision. And so it wasn't a hard decision. It will be hard at times because that's what you're used to. But it's the right decision.
Brian, how did you view the role of captain, and how do you think it's evolved now that there are teams, including this one, that doesn't have one, and a team like Vegas that went to the Cup last year without one?
I mean, quite frankly, a lot is from the outside is put on the idea of a captain, but in today's game, it's leadership by committee, and it's about your core group of 7 to 10 guys that are leading in that room. And so, yes, is there a figurehead at times that has to come and face the likes of you guys joyfully after games? If that does happen, but I think it is a group that leads a room, and it's not a captain. It doesn't fall on a single guy. It falls on a whole group. You know, I loved my time in Montreal and here, you know, being a guy that you could help out younger guys or answering questions, but a lot is made of it that maybe it's not as significant or important because you have a whole group of guys that are leading a room.
That said, Brian, to be the captain of the Montreal Canadiens, a franchise that goes back so many years, what did you get out of that, and how big of a moment was that for you in your career?
It was huge. It was a very significant moment. A lot goes into the time with my time in Montreal, and that you come from New Jersey, 7-8 years in New Jersey, and you think you're going to be with a team for your whole career, and you know that not always plans out that way, and sometimes the best things come when you know they're not planned. And going to Montreal was one of the biggest blessings for myself and my family to be out of your comfort zone, going to a French-speaking area where your kids are going to a different school, and then to have them have the confidence in me that I was an English-speaking guy and could be the captain of that team was pretty special that they had that confidence in me. I loved my time there. It was, you know, some of the best years of your career because the fans are so passionate and it's such a hockey market.
This organization's coming off another last-place finish, but has a tremendous amount of change this year, including Dowling. I mean, where do you view the Sabres?
Well, I mean, it's obviously it's looking up, and with new management and everything coming in last year, acquiring a team, trying to figure things out, and now making the changes, I think now you're starting to see the direction of the team and the organization and where they want to go.
Okay, thank you everyone for coming. Thank you, Brian.
Thank you, guys. Appreciate it.